Yo, what's up, guys? Shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, sorry. I was kind of lost track of what I was saying. I wasn't even saying anything yet, and I lost track. So I'm driving home right now. My girlfriend's coming over, so I'm kind of in a bit of a rush. Let me change it to eco though. But today I wanted to talk about something. Like, I'm actually gonna talk about something. So I kind of just want to, like, shortly, it's not going to be very long. It's definitely not going to take the whole drive home to talk about it. But I kind of just wanted to talk about, how I saved up for my, my car when I was 19. There really wasn't much to it other than, you know, I've said it before, but for whenever I found this car, I was like, I really want this car. And, like, at that point, I've talked about it before, how I had no more savings because I had quit my job that I last had, and I had a lot of money saved up, but then I spent it all because I didn't work for a little, and so, like, I was basically starting from zero. Well, I was starting from zero, but once I found this car, I was like, dude, I really want this. And it took me like 3 or 4 months to save up the, what I put down, like 6,000, I think. So, like, every paycheck I would literally, and I don't have a lot of expenses either, because, you know, I still live with my parents, so it's not like I, like, have a lot of bills to pay anyways. So that's part of the reason why I was able to save up so fast, which I recommend living with your parents. Like, I don't recommend moving out right at 18, because my friend did, and, you know, like, it's rough, bro. I have a couple friends actually that have moved out at 18, and it seems pretty rough, you know. I'm gonna open this up. And, like, now I'm working towards moving out, but I'm glad I didn't move out as soon as I was 18 like some of my friends did, just because, like, it gave me the opportunity to save more, and also it gave me the opportunity to build my stock portfolio up, because, you know, if I had moved out, you know, I'd have to pay rent already and all that. And, like, I definitely would not have the amount of money invested that I do right now. And I definitely wouldn't have this car either. Or at least not yet, I don't think. Because all I really did was, I didn't stop investing. Ever since I turned 18, I started investing. Like, I started investing right away. I haven't quit that. Like, ever since I started, like, as long as I have money, I'm never gonna stop putting my money towards my future, you know? And I recommend everybody do that. I don't think you should sacrifice your future financial well-being just for, like, a car, you know? Cars depreciate and all that. Like, you can wait on a car. It might take you longer to save, but man, you don't want to be one of those people that just never get to retire, you know? That's sad. So all I did was, every time I'd get paid, and I was part-time back then too, I wasn't even working full-time, so if I were to, like, have to save up again like I did then, I could have probably done it quicker now, because I make more money now, and I also work more. But I was working part-time, but I was still getting a decent amount of hours, like, usually, like, around 30 to 40. Sometimes they would drop it lower, but mostly 30 to 40. And I would literally keep almost no money in my checking. Like, I would keep like $200, but everything else was purely just savings. Everything. And I wish I would have had the Apple Card back then, because I probably could have put down, it wouldn't have made much of a difference because it didn't take me that long anyways. But, you know, with the Apple Card, I have it now, and it has a high yield savings account. My bank does not. So, yeah, I remember throughout my time, like, having that money in the savings account, I remember the exact amount too, because after I took all the money out in cash, because, like, the way I financed it was, my dad was the primary on the loan, and I was the secondary, and so I took it all out in cash and gave it to my dad. And then well, that was the plan, actually. We didn't even end up doing that. I thought we were going to, but we didn't, because once we got to, like, the bank, they just asked if we had the money there, and I just went ahead and gave it to them when we first went to go talk to them, so they like printed out a little sheet or something that we gave to the dealership. I don't know how it really works, But I would keep just like, oh yeah, the exact amount of interest that they paid me for having my money in that savings account was 8 cents. I got 8 cents for those $6,000 I had in there. And now every month on my Apple card, dude, I make so much more than that on interest. But anyways, so yeah, I would keep like $200. Well, so I would get paid, and I use my credit cards for everything. By the way, back then I only had 2, now I have 3. But I use credit cards for everything. I obviously don't go overboard, but I use credit cards for absolutely everything I buy. And so first, when I got paid, if it was like time to pay my credit card, you know, I'd pay it off in full. You know, if you have the chance, always do that. You don't want to carry a balance. And so I'd pay that off. I'd wait for the money to like transfer or whatever, because it takes a little bit for it to come out of your bank account. Not with the Apple card though, which is pretty nice. Usually like right when you place it, you can see it come out. Like it'll be pending, but on my bank app at least, it shows it like out of my account. So yeah, I would pay off whatever I had to pay off for that paycheck, and then everything else would just be in savings. That's really all I did, honestly. Oh, and also where I work, they match, I don't even remember how much percentage it is on the stock purchase program, but ever since I started working there, I set that up, and I set up my 401k too, and I sold all the company stock I had gotten, which was, it was like about $1,000, but they charged a pretty big fee, honestly. When I sold it, I only got like 900, like barely 900. They took like $100 for the fee, which is crazy. But you know, they also matched they matched a pretty big amount. I can't remember exactly what it was though, so that was pretty nice. And so then I put that towards it too, which is part of how I saved up quickly. And also during that time, I upped the amount I was investing in the company stock so much. It was like, I think it was like $120 every paycheck. So yeah, that's really all I did. I just kept my spending to a minimum. Like I wasn't going to like restaurants as much, because me and my girlfriend really like to go to restaurants. Like we go eat out all the time. We still do that now, but during that little period of time, I stopped doing that so much, because that's just a lot of money. And also I was like, this might sound like not a big deal, but I was also trying to save gas too. So usually like this way that I take is, I like it more because there's not as much traffic. But I don't know how true it is, but like on the Google Maps, they have the thing where it shows your fuel efficiency. Like it shows which route is the most fuel efficient, and I would just take that route. It's a little bit longer, but apparently it saves gas. I don't know how true that is, but I was doing that to try to save gas too, and I wasn't going out as much either. And I used to take all my breaks in my car, and I stopped doing that too. Like it was just little things that I was doing, and I stopped buying as many games on my PC and all that, you know. But yeah, that's really all I did. I just kept my spending to a minimum, and I saved literally every dollar I could. But obviously I kept enough in my checking to like make it by. Like, and I didn't even really need that money in my checking, because like I said, I put everything on credit cards. So as long as I had that money in my checking, like when it was due, which I, you know, every week I'd get paid. And yo, that car's scaring me. I thought he was gonna go in front of that guy. I don't know why. But yeah, every week, you know, I'd get paid like a decent amount, pretty penny. And so yeah, and like I don't really, I like I said, I wasn't spending much at the time, so it, like my credit card expenses were not much from my paychecks. So yeah, that's really all I did. And then obviously, ever since I turned 18, like as soon as I turned 18, I started working on my credit. I got a credit card right away. I got the Discover It card, which I still have today, and I barely use it. I don't like using it really. And I don't like the app either. It seems kind of like outdated to me for the Discover card, but it's whatever. And as time, it's a secured credit card too, so I paid $300 to get it. And then after the 6 months, since I made all my payments on time and all that, I got my $300 back, and they raised my credit limit a lot. And my credit limit, like, on all my cards is pretty big now. Well, maybe not for you guys watching, I don't know. Like I'm 20 right now, and I think across all three of my cars, my credit limit's like 15 or 16,000. I'm pretty sure. Maybe more actually. Now that I think about it, because I forgot my Apple Card increased my limit to like 12 or 13,000 or something like that. Which, like, it doesn't sound like it's important, but like the reason why it's important to have a higher credit limit is because you're supposed to keep your credit utilization under 30%, and the lower you keep it, the better. Like, you obviously got to keep the cards active, but the lower you keep it, the better. And so as it went increasing, it helped my credit more and more. And I basically just kept, you know, I have one credit card that I use for just gas, and then I would put just I used to have Xbox Game Pass on my PC, you know, just for the games and stuff, and I think that was the only thing that I had on my Discovery card, because like I said, I don't really like that card that much. The cashback really isn't that great on it or anything, but it was just a starter card, and I haven't closed it. I've wanted to close it for an American Express, but I just haven't closed it because it's gonna like destroy my credit age, because my credit age already isn't that long. It's like less than 2 years, and or no, probably about 2 years now. But I don't know. I think I should just wait. I mean, I'm fine with what I have right now. I don't need an American Express right now, and I really don't want to get 4 cards either, because 4 just seems too much. Dang, bro, did that guy even use his blinker? But one of the reasons I like having 3 and I don't want to have 4 is because with the 3, the way I kind of do my finances is each paycheck is like I pay off 1 card, you know? And then the 4th paycheck of the month, the last one, because my car payment is due on the 1st of each month, but I just pay it off like, you know, just like a week before that, and I just use that paycheck for that, and then the rest of the money that I have left over I just save, or, you know, whatever. But yeah, credit helps a lot. If you guys are young and want to get like a car relatively soon, start working on your credit. And it helps a lot if you have a cosigner too. If I didn't have my dad like as the primary holder on the loan, I definitely wouldn't have got this car. The interest would have just been way too much for me, and I don't want to spend that type of money on a car. A BMW at that too, because I mean these cars depreciate pretty hard. Like especially like these 330s. M340s don't depreciate as much, or at least I don't think so from what I've seen. And then like the actual M cars, those hold value even better from what I've seen. I might be wrong. But yeah, I'd recommend working on your credit as soon as possible. Literally, if you don't have a credit card, bro, because I know a lot of people don't like credit cards because they're raised like their parents teach them like credit cards are bad because then you got to pay interest. But the thing is, you don't pay interest unless you don't pay it off. So as long as you're like able to be responsible enough to, first of all, keep your credit utilization under the 30% and like not go overboard on it, that'll help your credit. And as long as you don't carry a balance either, you won't pay interest, which interest rates on credit cards are insane. They're like 20 something percent, or like close to 30 usually, and you don't want to be paying that. But I have heard of people saying like credit cards are bad and they basically just take your money, but they really don't if you just use them right, you know? Because like they definitely will take your money if you just like, you're like, oh dude, I have like a $3,000 credit limit, let me go buy a new PC or something and I'll just pay it off whenever I can. Like that, don't do that. Please don't do that. For your own sake, bro, please don't do that. But that's basically it. It did take most of the drive actually to talk about it, because I just kept on yapping about it, and then I started talking about credit score. And you know, credit scores are important for things other than cars too, like just financing stuff in general, like a house. You definitely need credit for a house. So yeah, always try to keep your credit up. And that's really all I have to say about how I got this car. Now I'm working my way to a 340, hopefully soon. I'm trying. But also, I've kind of been spending more money than I used to now. And I guess it's because I finally got the car. I don't really have to worry about it. And like, I still have money to save, but it's not as much as I used to be. And I'm trying to cut back on my spending again. But I don't want to go to the extreme that I did last time you know, like cut back on as much as I can. You know, I still want to enjoy, you know, just getting the things I like, because like at the end of the day, you know, I still have this car. It's a nice car. It's a pretty quick car in my opinion. You know, for a base model, I think it's pretty quick. And you know, it's a fun car to drive too. Sounds good too. It's comfortable. The interior looks good. The exterior looks good. So I'm not like in a huge rush to upgrade, but I would like to, you know, like I would like to go ahead and start working on it. Oh my god, I didn't mean to press down that hard. I don't know why I did that, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, YouTube's been going pretty good too, honestly. In my opinion, I mean, I know there's guys out there that post one video and get famous. Not me though, and that's okay. Yeah, this guy's blinker is actually really little. But like my first video, dude, I don't know how it got so many views. Why? I do know how. It's because I titled it something like how I bought this car at 19 or something. And I guess that's like the type of stuff people want to watch, you know, like young guys getting cars or whatever, and like showing how they did it. But it's at like 3.4 thousand views, almost 3.5, which is pretty cool. My last video did pretty cool too. Pretty good too. It's at like 200 something views, maybe more. Right? Last time I checked, it was at like 250. I checked it like an hour ago. And I was gonna say something else. Oh, tomorrow, me and my girlfriend, she's coming over, like I said, and we actually have planned. We're gonna like pre-record like 3 videos, and one of them, I'm gonna go to the BMW dealership and start looking for the 340s. I'm gonna start looking around, like see how much they're priced, like near me. Is this guy? Thanks, I guess, but like, dude, there's a wide opening behind you. Oh well. But yeah, we're gonna like just go around like to West Town where the mall is and stuff, and mess around, I guess. I don't know. Might buy some cool stuff for my PC too. I kind of want to upgrade my PC again, but I don't know about that. But yeah, I'm almost home, so I'll talk to you guys, I guess, on those pre-recorded videos I'm gonna try to make tomorrow if everything goes right. So I'll see you guys.